a history-making event that I had the opportunity to attend, and it's it was David Thompson, who I remember when he was in college. This guy that was just so phenomenal of a athlete, and that's when I really started checking out college basketball. And this guy was just so special. I didn't know how special was when I was young, but I didn't know how special until I got older and just realized how unbelievable this guy was. And to be honest with you, they said it several times yesterday. I'm going to tell you what they said and why I was over there. This guy is the best basketball player to ever play in this state, period. And in the top, I don't know, one or two, maybe three college basketball players to ever play. Yeah, that guy. And NC State, which is, in my opinion, a little long overdue, they have on their campus statues for the great Jimmy Valvano, the great K. Yao, and it's one other player that I can't remember right now. On one side of Reynolds Coliseum, where the famous arena where or gymnasium or arena where they play the basketball games. They have statues over there, but yesterday they unveiled a unbelievable statue of David. They called it Skywalker Thompson, and this guy had a 44 inch vertical, which matched his number 44. The statue is phenomenal, man. And back in those days, A-Town, you realize that at some point during college basketball that you could not dunk the ball? Did you know that?
I did. I don't know when that got remedied and they took that away, but yeah, I had heard of that.
Oh yeah. You know, back when Kareem, I think Kareem made him change that.
Yeah, that sky hook.
Yeah, not the hook, the dunk. Yeah, because Kareem, in my opinion, is the greatest college player, basketball player. Period. High school, college, pro. I mean,
so he's your GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kareem, then Michael for me. Yeah,
Okay.
he's been my GOAT for a long time. I argue that. But when David Thompson was playing, like in the 70s, like the mid to, I can't remember, was it 77? I think 77 when they allowed people to start dunking. But when David Thompson was playing, like in 73 and 74, you could not dunk. But NC State won the national championship, by the way, then. And it's funny, this guy was jumping so high that if he could dunk, but we didn't have, we had a video. We didn't have no cell phones back then. He would have went viral every time he played. This guy was so phenomenal. So the NC State administration and Boo Corrigan, who was there. I was there yesterday. Boo Corrigan, the chancellor, vice chancellors, and the basketball team was there. I talked to Coach Kevin Keats, and it was NC State Day, and they unveiled the the statue. Did you go where I asked you? Yeah, and it was just so I knew I was debating where I should go. But I went away because it was, man, when we left, it was cold and raining. That wind was whooping around. Good God. I was trying to go to the B-E-B, bed. Now, I know that's not how bed is spelled, but some of my friends know why I say that. But anyway, it's a long story. So, but I had a chance to go over there, and had a chance to visit with, man, who was all over? It was just so many people over there. Coach talked to Derek Winberg, talked to Nate McMillan was there. Cozell McQueen, who else was there? Some of his teammates, Phil Spence was there. Tommy Burleson was there. I mean, it was fun. And they played a video that was pretty phenomenal too, because the video represented a guy that was an awesome college player too, and he was up there too. And the best college players in history was Bill Walton. And if you didn't know, DTs, that's what they call it, David Thompson's favorite game, well, most memorable games when they won the national championship, but they had to get through UCLA, who had won like a gazillion games in a row. Like they had lost like 8 years or some crazy number. Seriously, yeah. UCLA used to be the brand of standard, and came out talking about standard yesterday. But David Thompson went in there and went to work on Bill Walton. Bill Walton said David Thompson's the greatest college player he's ever played, and that gives you so much respect right there. But as I was out there with of course, another great Phil Ford, ACC great, and I had a chance to catch up with him with a couple other people. Let's hear some of the sound bite where Phil was talking about David Thompson.
State University, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. He and I have been friends, very good friends, ever since I met him as a junior in high school, and he's just the best, and he's a great guy, and I'm just honored to be here.
How has that relationship grown, even starting as rivals?
Well, I think the older you get, the better friends you become. We both know we respect each other. He loves NC State, and obviously I love North Carolina. But just to be competitors in the ACC and what he did for the ACC, I'm just awful appreciative of what he did for our league.
What was one of your most fondest memories of David that you can remember?
Well, believe it or not, my senior year in high school, I was being recruited by NC State, and I was at the game that David failed. And I was sitting on NC State's bench, and when he failed, it was crazy how quiet the crowd got. But what impressed me more as a 12th grader being recruited by NC State, when he walked back in that arena with that towel or whatever it was around his head, I have never heard an arena that loud in my life. That was really impressive. I said to myself, man, these guys must love this guy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's Phil Ford, the great Phil Ford. We're just going to lead me to a question I'm going to bring up in a few minutes. Yeah, so when he was talking about David Thompson, I can't remember who they played, but he went down, bust his head in the game. They put 15 stitches in the game. He ran and brought him back in. That's when they had this tape wrapped around his head after they put stitches in the head. A-Town. He went to work. Dropped like
That's
20,
crazy.
dropped like 20-some points, man. And Coach Ford, Phil Ford, was a senior in high school, being recruited by NC State. Yeah. And let me tell you how much respect people have for NC State. I mentioned Bill Walton, what Bill Walton said. When Michael Jordan got inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame, guess who presented him as a member? David Thompson. David Thompson is already in the Naismith Hall of Fame. David Thompson, he asked David to present him into the Hall of Fame. That's how strong that is. And matter of fact, Michael talked about, they showed a video yesterday. Michael talked about how he didn't like Carolina at all. He was an NC State fan, and it was all because of David Thompson, which is kind of weird. And I think at one point Phil was too, and it's funny. So that tells you how impactful David Thompson was. I think Phil got. I think Charlie Scott got Phil pumped up by Carolina though, but a majority of the people that came through, whether they went to NC State or not, they were influenced by David Thompson. So we gotta have some more comments about that. But it was a phenomenal day. And by the way, later on that night, I think the Wolfpack men's basketball team played a game over in Reynolds. They had this thing planned out really well. They had the statue unveiling, of course, at Reynolds. They had people there that morning. And the basketball team played, I think, in Maryland Easter Show, I think it was. Somebody. Anyway, played that night in Reynolds, and they re-honored David then and talked about the unveiling and talked about him as well. But Peyton Wilson, linebacker for NC State, they surprised him at the game too as well. He's the Dick Buckets Award winner for 2023. That's talks about the Buckets Awards represent the best linebacker in college football. Hell, it was all by Wolfpack. I mean, it was all about the pack yesterday, man. And so shout out to them. Shout out to the whole administration. When Boo Corrigan went up to speak, I thought he was going to say something about the college football playoffs, but he didn't. It wasn't the time to do that. But we're going to talk some more about a great day for NC State. I was really happy I was able to be over there for David Thompson, the greatest basketball player that ever played in this state, and that says a lot. But I got some questions about what NC State did and how, and kind of parallel that with over in Chapel Hill, or even at Duke. We'll talk about that after A-Town give us something right here on this unbelievable talking about Throwback Thursday. DT, David Thompson, that's a hell of a throwback. What we got, A-Town?
Genie's Crafted Beverages is dedicated to crafting products using ginger, nature's superfood to support healthy lifestyles. Ginger contains antioxidants, anti-inflammation, and antibacterial elements that boost immunity and provide relief for several related issues. They believe that beverages should not only taste great, but should also provide nutritional benefits that energize and revitalize. At Genie's Crafted Beverages, they're more than just a beverage company. Their vision is to spread awareness about the powerful benefits of ginger and promote wellness through their natural products. Visit them at geniesbeverages.com to learn more about customizable beverage options and how ginger can benefit you.
Yeah, we're going to get into that some more. And like I said, I had a chance to catch up with Nate McMillan yesterday, who coached in the NBA for a long time, of course, the NC State great as well. We talked about the in-season tournament a little bit we chatted yesterday morning. We're going to discuss that and much more on this Throwback Thursday. Let go.
You're listening to The Sports Shop with Reese and K-Mac, presented by Alsco Linen and Uniform Rental Services. Alsco, the worldwide leader in linen and uniform rental services for restaurants, healthcare, the automotive industry, and industrial facilities.
The Adam Gold Show, #1 for sports in the Triangle.
I expect more from the people who cover the damn sport. And anybody who is apologizing for the committee, I feel bad for Florida State. Screw that. You can pretend all day long that you care about Florida State. The only thing they ask you to do is win. That's freaking it.
And they did it.
The Adam Gold Show, weekdays starting at noon on 99.9 The Fan.
Is your business looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further than the Sports Shop Radio Show. Our show is the fastest growing and most active sports talk show on the air today. And advertising with the Sports Shop has the potential to greatly benefit your business. Not only is our show fun, we also cover a wide range of sports topics and have amazing connections with mega sports stars. Plus, we feature cultural references and influences with sound effects and great music from the last 50 years. The Sports Shop Radio Show is designed for anyone who loves sports, and as a business, you can take advantage of this by placing ads on our show to reach a large number of potential customers. Remember, in radio advertising, good ratings and listeners do count. The hosts, Reese and K-Mac, along with a wide array of regular and special guests, engage in real talk about real sports for real fans. Reach out today to place your ad with The Sports Shop and take your business to new heights. Email us at info@thesportsshopradio.com or call 919-890-6200.
Hey, what do you say? John Forsland here from my friends at Buffalo Brothers. I call games in Seattle and around the country, but I still spend a lot of time right here in the Triangle. When I'm here to see my family around the holidays, we always head to Buffalo Brothers. It's my go-to spot for stocking stuffers. Now through December 24th, buy a $40 gift card for someone special and get a $10 gift card for you. Now that's a deal, baby. Visit any of their 5 locations at buffbrothers.com. Aw, man, now I want wings.
Navigating the complexities of estate planning can leave you confused and worried about how your beneficiaries will deal with the loss when the time comes. No one wants to talk about planning for the death of a loved one, but the attorneys at the bank's law firm can help. Life is unpredictable, and you and your beneficiaries deserve peace of mind by having a plan in place. Do you need to make provisions for your minor children, perhaps one with special needs? Do you want to define your wishes rather than have the courts decide for you? Do you need to safeguard your assets to ensure your plan is followed? Will your beneficiaries be burdened with tax consequences? These are just a few of the reasons why you need to contact David Tarbert at the Banks Law Firm. He has extensive experience in creating unique estate plans for individuals that aid families and beneficiaries, allowing them time to heal and process in times of loss. Call 919-474-9137 today to schedule a free consultation. That's 919-474-9137.
Panthers continue their 3-game road swing as they face New Orleans this week and still very much looking to get back into the win column over the final 5 weeks of their schedule. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
The only way to be your best self is with your best health. When you have a health partner who doesn't just treat part of you, they care for all of you. That's why more people prefer Atrium Health, because unrivaled care is easier, more accessible, and more complete than ever before, so that you can enjoy more of the moments you love. That's what it means to live meaningfully, to live joyfully, to live fully with Atrium Health.
The Panthers were better in some areas, but still not good enough in losing at Tampa Bay by 3 points last Sunday. This weekend, another NFC South game on the road as they visit the New Orleans Saints. Rookie quarterback Bryce Young says while there were some improvements, such as in the running game, they still have much more room for improvement.
I never doubt our fight. I never doubt our competitive spirit, our will to win. I always believe in the guys, in our guys. We want it. We push hard. I haven't seen us. Again, I trust in us. But ultimately, again, it's results basically close isn't good enough. There's stuff to build on like every week, but we didn't get it done this week, so we have to keep growing.
With a 1-11 record, the Panthers are mathematically out of playoff contention, but interim coach Chris Tabor says the effort does not change as they look to get the most out of the 5 remaining games on their schedule.
As I said, you can handle things 2 ways, either with character or compromise. I believe in those guys in that room. If you're going to be a pro, you're going to do things right. And I know that we have to hold them to that level, and I know that they'll respond to that because that's who they are.
I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network, presented by Morris Jenkins.
Sports from a fan's perspective and a lot of fun. The Sports Shop on Buzz Sports Radio.
In on this unbelievable Throwback Thursday. Speaking of throwback, that's the throwback song right there. Come and get your D.L. Reese holding it down. A-Town behind the glass, getting it in. You can join the conversation at 919-890-6200. Hit us up on X, Threads, and IG at The Sports Shop 1. That's the number 1. We rock with it on our website. You can watch us and hear us right there directly at thesportsshopradio.com. You can watch us and hear us on WRLSportsFan.com, WRLSportsPlus.com. Of course, rock with us on YouTube as The Sports Shop Reaching K-Mac. No problem. Catch us in the car at 99.9 HD2 or 620 AM The Buzz or 1550 AM. Oh, man, we right there. And finally, last but not least, podcast is on and popping. The best for the Sports Shop with Reaching K-Mac on all podcast platforms. Man, we just talking a little bit again. It is Throwback Thursday because I had a throwback yesterday because I was hanging around with David Thompson and they structured a statue for him. I actually talked to the guy who actually constructed the statue. They brought a guy in from Wyoming to do it, and he was there, and it was this was a situation where they had donors It's funny. They had donors that paid for the statue, and Boo Corrigan said that it took about 8 days to get the money. Then people was complaining that they wasn't asked to donate the money. And what's cool about it, the donors, their names are on the statue too. So for forever in the history, their names would be down as well. So
it's pretty nice.
That's it's like your statue. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty good deal. And I thought that was kind of cool, but it was again, a lot of people say it was much overdue in terms of he actually came back to the college, to the university and got his degree in 2003, which I thought was kind of cool. 20 years ago, 'cause a lot of guys go and they don't come back, but he came back, got his degree in sociology, and had a chance to talk to Charlotte Smith. By the way, he said, "Why you bring her name?" Charlotte Smith won the key. Well, hell, she made the shot to win the national championship for UNC women's basketball team back in 93, 94, somewhere in that time frame. But she's David's niece. So, and his cousin is Derek Winberry. So that whole family, man, from North Carolina, and Maryland, and all over the place, they had some winners in that family. David Thompson won the national championship for NC State. Charlotte Smith won the national championship for UNC Chapel Hill. Who coach Charlotte Smith, by the way, I should say, she's the head women basketball coach for Elon. And she's been there for a while, and she's been on this show a couple of times. And Gentry, I can't recall her first name, head coach in the NBA for several years. He's related to all of them. So they have
Alvin Gentry.
They have a basketball family. Crazy. Wittenberg, David Thompson, Charlotte Smith, Alvin Gentry, and all of them, they all cousins. That's phenomenal.